Welcome back to my channel. In previous video, we had discussed about the shaft, types of shaft and material of shaft. So today we will discuss the causes of failure and stresses in the shaft. Now the main cause of failure in shaft is the fatigue. The main cause of failure in shaft is fatigue, which arises due to the following reason. Okay. Now fatigue causes due to the cyclic overloads in the shaft. Fatigue causes due to the cyclic overloads, due to the wrong adjustments of bearing and their insufficient clearance, and due to stress concentration which arises due to the presence of keyways, undercuts, holes, etc. Okay. For example, here the keyway is present. Okay. So these are keyways are the reason for the stress concentration. Okay. So we will discuss the design of shaft on the basis of the two criteria, that is first is strength and second is rigidity, stiffness and deflection. So a shaft may be subjected to torsion, bending, axial loading or the combination of these loadings. Hence to resist these loads the shaft must be strong. Okay. So we will consider the case 1 when shaft is subjected to torque only. So then its diameter can be found by the following equation. So now we know the equation of the torsion. What is the equation of torsion? Torsion equation can be written as tau by r equals to T upon J equals to G theta upon L. This is the torsion equation. So here tau is the shear stress, r is the radius, T is the torque, J is the polar moment of inertia, G is the modulus of rigidity, theta is the angle of twist, L is the length of shaft. So for solid shaft, we have polar moment of inertia as pi by 2 into r raised to 4. For solid shaft, we had polar moment of inertia J equals to pi by 2 r raised to 4. So by torsion equation tau by r equals to T by J, we will substitute this J in below equation. So we will get tau by r equals to T upon pi by 2 into r raised to 4. Okay. So which implies that T equals to tau upon r into pi by 2 r raised to 4. Okay. So which is equals to r and r gets cancelled, we get tau by 2 into pi. So what is r? R can be written as d by 2. Okay. So now as r can be written as d by 2, so this r and this r gets cancelled, we get r cube. So tau by 2 into pi d cube by 8. So we will get pi by 16 into tau into d cube. So this is T equals to pi by 16 tau into d cube. From this equation we can calculate the diameter of the shaft when it is subjected to torque only. Okay. Now we will see for hollow shaft. So now what will be the polar moment of inertia for hollow shaft? That is J equals to pi by 2 into capital R raised to 4 minus small r raised to 4, where capital R is the outer radius and small r is the inner radius. Okay. So we got the polar moment of inertia. So substituting this J in equation this, tau by r equals to T by J. So we get tau upon r equals to what is T? T is torque upon J. What is J? That is pi by 2 into capital R raised to 4 minus small r raised to 4. Okay. So from that T equals to tau upon r into pi by 2 into r raised to 4 minus r raised to 4. So now tau by r into pi by 2, taking capital R common, r raised to 4 common. So 1 minus r upon r the whole raised to 4. Okay. So we will get T equals to this r and this r get cancelled. So we get T equals to tau into pi by 2 into r cube into 1 minus small r upon capital R raised to 4. So now we can substitute r as capital D by 2. So tau into pi by 2 into capital D by 2 the whole cube into 1 minus this small r will be small d by 2 and capital R will be what? Capital D by 2 the whole raised to 4. Now tau into pi by this 2 cube will be 8. 8 into 2 will be 16. So pi by 16 into d cube into 1 minus these two gets cancelled, we get small d raised to 4 upon capital D raised to 4. Okay, so this is t. So finally we get t equals to pi by 16 into tau into d cube into 1 minus d raised to 4 upon capital D raised to 4. By using this equation we can know the inner and the outer diameter of the hollow shaft. Okay. Now we will see case 2, that is a shaft is subjected to the bending moment only. Okay. So you know the equation of bending, that is we can say as flexure equation, that is sigma b upon y equals to m upon I equals to E upon R. This is the flexure equation or bending equation, that is sigma b upon y equals to m upon I equals to E upon R, where sigma b is the bending stress, y is the distance from the neutral axis to the outer surface, m is the bending moment, I is the moment of inertia about the centroidal axis, E is the modulus of elasticity, and R is the radius. Okay, so now here also we will consider first for solid shaft. For solid shaft, I equals to moment of inertia about the centroidal axis. Now we know the moment of inertia of the circular cross section, that is pi by 64 into d raised to 4. Okay, so moment of inertia about the centroidal axis for the circular cross section is pi by 64 into d raised to 4, and y is the distance of neutral axis or the centroidal axis from the outer surface of the shaft, that will be d by 2. Okay, I will show here. This is the shaft, and for example this is the centroidal axis, so this distance is y, so this y equals to d by 2 because this is the radius. Okay, this is the radius. So here we had taken d as the diameter as the capital D, so we will take capital D by 2, y equals to capital D by 2. Now substituting this I and y in above equation, we get sigma b upon y equals to m upon I. So sigma b upon y is d by 2 equals to m, I will be pi upon 64 into d raised to 4, which implies that m equals to sigma b into pi upon 64 into d raised to 4 upon d by 2. Okay, so we get m equals to sigma b into 2 upon d into pi by 64 into d raised to 4. So d gets cancelled, 2 32 is 64, so we will get m equals to sigma b into pi by 32 d cube. This is the bending moment of the shaft when it is subjected to the bending stress or bending moment. So by using this equation we can know the value of diameter, okay, when the shaft is subjected to the bending moment only, that is m equals to pi by 32 into sigma b is the bending stress into diameter the power cube. Okay, so this is the equation. Now we will see for the hollow shaft, B for hollow shaft. For hollow shaft, first we will write the equation of bending, that is sigma b y equals to m upon I. We have to find m, bending moment, so m equals to sigma b upon y into I. So we know the moment of inertia of circular cross section as pi by 64 into d raised to 4, but we have hollow shaft, so capital D raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4, where capital D as the outer dia and small d as the inner dia. Okay, so now we will substitute this equation in equation number 1, and you know y equals to capital D by 2. Why is equals to capital D by 2? Because for example this is the hollow shaft where this is the capital D and this is capital D by 2 and this is small d by 2. Now we know that y is the distance of the centroidal axis and outer surface. That is, y is the distance between the centroidal axis and the outer surface. So this is y. This is y. Okay. So y will be the capital D by 2. So m equals to sigma b into capital D divided by capital D by 2 into I, that is pi by 64 into d raised to 4 minus small d raised to 4. So this is sigma b into 2 divided by d into pi by 64, taking d raised to 4 common, we get 1 minus small d upon capital D the whole raised to 4. So we get sigma b by 64 into 2 into pi, d and d gets cancelled, we get d cube into 1 minus small d upon capital D the whole raised to 4. So 232s are 64. So we will get the equation as m equals to sigma b into pi by 32 into d cube into 1 minus small d upon capital D the whole raised to 4. So this is the equation by which we can find the small dia and the outer dia of the hollow shaft. Okay, that is m is equals to pi by 32 into sigma b into d cube into 1 minus d small d upon capital D the whole raised to 4. In next video, we will see case 3, that is when the shaft is subjected to the combined loading, that is torsion and bending. So if you had liked this video, please share, subscribe and like.